Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional clap of thunder supposed to continue throughout here in Jacksonville. Tonight it's on to week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. You look at the defense for these Texans. And they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Lawrence to throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. And here's Trenton Gill on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Texans will take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Here we go.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And some room to run now. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. They needed inches, but they got yards and plenty of them.
And that often happens when everyone's stacked near the line of scrimmage when, as you said, all you need are inches. So you bring people closer to it. If you pop it free as he did there, it's a lot of grass available for him to run on.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Chad Muma fighting all the way through and getting the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing now is Stroud. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and fake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Night.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll send Kirk in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. On 3rd down, Lawrence airing it out, looking for Ridley. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more. First, you look at this Jaguar defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Panther streak.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And maybe a little pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Stroud off the play fake. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jags will take over here just shy of the 30.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready up!
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Johnson, the man in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The Jaguars had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Screenplay, here's ETN. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Play action. Stroud now. And his throw is incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down, because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a 1st down, but for big yardage as well.
Pierce gets this one running right. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Handoff left side, Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 72 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
The second down throw now from Stroud. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dameon Pierce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. But CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now 2nd and 5. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Red on red.
Now Lawrence on first down. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. 11. 13, Lou.
On first down, Lawrence. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had two nice interceptions a week ago. Now two here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Hand off right side to Pierce. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 84 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The throwing again is Stroud. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And that is no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. With a fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stroud. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Give left side for Pierce.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this almost is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
A short throw to Ingram. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
Straight ahead, ETN. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Hey, kill.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Thought that might be the goose egg breaker. Still stuck on 0.
Yeah, this is still a tight game, too. We got to keep that in mind because that miss there, you hang your head, you let it affect you the next time you go out there, then you've really hurt your ball club. Get yourself together. You might get another opportunity, and they're going to count on you to put it through the post.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 55 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Great job.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
That is caught. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 22. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now Lawrence now, he has this complete to Strange, the tight end.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
11, Agate.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lawrence. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in.